happy. I'm sure Packers fans are happy. People in Wisconsin. Listen, I share his love for Wisconsin. You take me to Wisconsin Dells or Devil's Lake or Kenosha, anywhere, I love it. But does this mean that he's going to stay in Green Bay? Are you guys relieved to hear that? Or really more importantly, does that mean you're taking a team-friendly Tom Brady-ish deal, Aaron? I'm not sure.
You know what? I don't know if this means he's going to stay in Green Bay. You know, Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys that he kind of walks to the beat of his own drum, and if they don't give him what he wants, I can see him leaving. But more importantly, it's for this, listening to him talk about being a minority owner of the Milwaukee Bucks, this talks about the business of sports. And as a young man who went from being a young, rich athlete to trying to be a wealthy young man in America, I love that the evolution of athletes has come to this. You know, I was just talking to Schrags while Aaron Rodgers was talking about Bryce Harper. I'm like, he's the one that's supposed to get close to $400 million in his contract. That's what's next. It's these young men that are uber rich, wealthy as soon as they sign a deal. Now, what do you go out there and do? I know people say, well, it's a conflict of interest for a guy to own a team that he plays for. I would like to see that. I would like to see LeBron own part of the cast. I don't know if he does right now. I would like to see Aaron Rodgers own part of Green Bay. They do so much and mean so much to these organizations. And if these owners that are involved so heavily in the dealings of what's going on the field, why can't a player be heavily involved in what's going on above him? So for these guys getting paid like this, saying, I just don't want to invest in traditional stocks and bonds and go out there and buy the fancy houses and go on vacations all over the world. I want to be part of the ownership because right now there's not enough players owning these teams that we help build.
We do have that already. Doesn't Tom Brady own the Buffalo Bills? Right? Doesn't? I mean, that's just facts.
I think Rodgers owns the Bears.
I think he does. 2 teams now.
Look, he's 94-48 in 13 seasons, and the way I look at it, first of all, quarterback money is awfully nice, isn't it? The second thing about it is he is a Wisconsin guy now. You remember that Wisconsin hoops team with Frank Kaminsky? He would go to those games. Yeah. He was doing all the bad stuff. Sam Decker. He was all in on Wisconsin, which is so interesting because he was a Cal guy. I don't think he loved how the Jeff Tedford era ended with Cal. He's adopted Wisconsin. He's become their native son. Remember, Brett Favre was that guy. Yeah. And Favre went and suited up for the Vikings. And I think things, as much as they've been mended, are not what they used to be. I think Rodgers can get the last laugh and be the guy for Packers fans and finish his career as a Packer. Kay, to your point, his contract's up in 2 years. He could make $34, $35 million, but if he does that, you can't pay other guys. Does Aaron Rodgers do the Tom Brady route and say, you know what? I've made enough money. I own an NBA team. I've got all the endorsement deals in the world. I'll take $25, $26 million. Give me a couple wide receivers and an offensive tackle. That's the question I want to see in a couple of years.
I'm not terribly relieved if I'm a Packer fan because I have heard him say before, I want to be a Packer for life. So I love that. This is a fun thing for him. This is sort of a glamour deal. We've seen Fergie own teams, Nick Lachey, J-Lo, Mark Anthony. They own teams. I think he wants to win. What he wants to own is a second championship ring. I love that he's into Giannis Antetokounmpo. We all are. But the basketball player that matters for Rodgers right now is Jimmy Graham. He needs to win more Super Bowls. If he cannot win, that's the only reason he would leave. I think he's about winning.